and this is where we kind of get into Obi-Wan Kenobi. It says here that star Ewan McGregor and director Deborah Chow shared an exclusive look at the series behind-the-scenes footage and concept art. The Disney Plus original series Obi-Wan Kenobi will premiere on Disney Plus in 2022. So I want to say right here that the sizzle reel, which, oh my God, Lucasfilm loves their sizzle reels. It's kind of getting a little bit of annoying. It's kind of a pathé kind of thing, but they love their sizzle reels. But the sizzle reel that we got, which actually was leaked the day before, was cool in the sense that it shows Ewan McGregor. He's talking about the Kenobi character, how it's kind of long overdue to kind of tell more of his story. That, Deborah Chow comes in and says hey, we had to bring back Hayden Christensen as Darth Vader, right? So that was kind of cool. We got a little. I mean, we already did get the confirmation about Anakin already, or Darth Vader and Hayden.
I thought we got the confirmation of Hayden Christensen in Ahsoka too.
Right, we got the confirmation in Ahsoka as well. So it was kind of it was nice. It was a nice sizzle reel. It just wasn't enough. I mean, there were some really nice pieces of concept art in there. But look, here's the thing. The Kenobi series wrapped. It wrapped a month or so ago. They have footage of this show. It's not done, no. But neither is She-Hulk. Neither is Moon Knight. And Kevin Feige said, you know what? We're going to go ahead and give the fans a little something. We'll cut a 20-second, 30-second trailer, teaser, whatever.
Right.
Give that to the fans. It blows my mind that nothing was cut for Kenobi. I just don't understand it. It blows my mind. And all these sources, incredible sources, we're saying that the Kenobi teaser or trailer was coming. It was coming. It was coming. It was source after source after source. And a lot of them came through on social media, like Twitter and stuff yesterday, and had to apologize and say, hey, look, I guess we got it wrong. Look, too many coincidences aren't a coincidence. All these sources are saying that the Kenobi trailer was set to premiere yesterday. They're not all wrong. I think there was a trailer planned. For some reason, Lucasfilm decided to cut it, and they didn't show it. I don't know why. Really weird move.
There's definitely turmoil going on in that studio.
Yeah.
I think the rumors are true. It suggests mismanagement. It suggests, honestly, a lack of enthusiasm from maybe not even just Lucasfilm themselves, but even Burbank. That, I mean, it solidifies in many people's minds that Star Wars is taking a back seat. And why is that? If these previous projects were so successful, why are we now pulling back? And everybody can make excuses all they want, but this is what we're seeing.
It's frustrating, Dre, too, because going into D Plus Day, into that day, Lucasfilm had all the freaking momentum. Nobody was talking about Marvel. Everyone was talking about Kenobi. They're going into this with all the momentum. Everybody wanted to see a Kenobi trailer, and leaving Disney Plus Day, Marvel had all the momentum.
Yeah.
And Lucasfilm was really battered and bruised almost. And it's wait a minute, what happened? You had all the momentum in going in your direction. No, everyone was talking about this Kenobi trailer, and you just drop the ball like that. I don't understand it. Look, like I said before, Moon Knight and She-Hulk are probably just as far along as Kenobi, maybe even maybe not even as far along as Kenobi. And Kevin Feige managed to bring it. He gave us 20, 30-second teasers. Why couldn't Lucasfilm do the same? Give a little red meat to your fans. The fans were clamoring for this. You had all the momentum going into that day, and you just drop the ball like that. Wow, what a miss for Lucasfilm. What a miss for Lucasfilm.
From what I'm hearing out of that studio, I'm not surprised. I'm really not. And look, I voiced plenty of my opinion yesterday. I won't rehash it too much, but I'll just say, look, there's mismanagement, right? Yeah. I don't think you can wave this off anymore.
No.
There's clearly something is wrong at that studio. Clearly there's some turmoil, and there's disagreement about direction. It's the leadership is what's wrong.
Yeah.
And honestly, like we said before, I think it's just time. I think it's just time for Kathleen Kennedy to just maybe not step down and leave completely, but just we need somebody at the helm of this thing, driving the ship. We all know very intimately that Kevin Feige is driving the ship at Marvel. I don't really get the same feeling that anybody's driving the ship over there at Lucasfilm.
Well, yeah. And here's the thing too. It's like a lot of fans, and I got pushback. I got pushback on Twitter and things like that for even criticizing this. One dude told me I was throwing a tantrum. Look, I don't think it's unreasonable to assume on Disney Plus Day, right?
Yeah.
Lucasfilm, which has literally nothing else in the pipeline except for Disney Plus stuff. I mean, because the one movie they had, Rogue One, has been indefinitely delayed.
Rogue Squadron.
Right, Rogue Squadron. I'm sorry.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're right. Rogue Squadron was indefinitely delayed, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Everything Lucasfilm has lives on Disney Plus. Kenobi, Andor, all of it, Acolyte, all of it.
Yeah.
So it's not unreasonable to assume, and Book of Boba Fett comes out in like a little over a month.
Yeah.
It's not unreasonable to assume that we would get something. Yeah. Right? I mean, that's not an unreasonable request. I'm not asking for the moon on a stick. I mean, this is crazy that there would be nothing with so many projects in the pipeline. Lucasfilm, all they have is Disney Plus right now. You know, and Marvel, who's juggling theatrical and Disney Plus,
had a huge Disney Plus presence. You're right.
Yeah, I don't understand it. I don't understand. And you're right. I think it really comes down to there's some kind of shakeup or some kind of weirdness going on in the studio right now. The fact that they completely pulled back and there was nothing. There's something going on. I'm not going to claim I know what's going on. I have no inside information, but the fact that they completely pulled back. And look, a lot of fans, you want to blame Chapek. That's completely a misdirected thing because Chapek also runs Marvel. Yeah, I mean, Kevin Feige has to still answer to Bob Chapek too, and Kevin Feige still manages with Bob Chapek as his boss to give us something for D Plus Day.
Yeah.
So you can't really use that excuse as like, oh well, bald man bad, Chapek is terrible. Has nothing to do with him. Feige managed, and he has the same equation as Kathleen Kennedy, the same exact equation.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I 100% agree. Look, and it does give credence to some rumors that we're hearing that, I don't know how much we want to dive too deep into them, but that maybe that they're cleaning the slate of Kathleen Kennedy projects or led projects.
Yeah.
And maybe that's done for a reason. And that's why we didn't even get title cards from some of these other things that we should have gotten. At least, right? I mean, some of these projects had been announced previously. We didn't even get a kind of a reaffirmation of these things going forward, or at least not much of anything. So it's like, why? You could have even produced the old title cards. I mean, you like Aaliyah brought up. You brought out the sizzle reel that sent investors last year and marked as a new thing for this year for Disney Plus Day. So you could have at least pulled some title cards out and say, hey, these things are still coming. Here's some more cast or kind of info from their developments and so forth. It could have done anything. The fact that they didn't, I think, says a lot about the state of that studio and the enthusiasm that you're seeing from Burbank.
No, you're right. You're right. And look, I'll be real completely honest with you. And you know me, Dre.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not a big fandom menace fan. I'm not. I mean, I know. I don't have anything against them, but I don't actively watch their stuff because I think a lot of their stuff. Look, Kathleen Kennedy has been like this close to getting fired for like 5 or 6 years now.
Right.
Yeah. And it kind of gets a little repetitive, and it does. It gets a little bit like white noise.
It's meant to evoke an emotional reaction, and not completely unwarranted. But yes, I do agree that your characterization of their content. Yes.
You know, and so, but I don't think they have every right to do the content they want to do. More power to them. I'm just not a huge fan of it, right?
Yeah.
But here's the thing. I was sent a link to a Doomcock video. I can't even believe I'm saying this. I was sent a link to a Doomcock video that was done 3 days ago. This is long. This is a few days before the D+ day, right?
Yeah.
And Doomcock was
Master of the Universe. Gotcha.
The what? I'm sorry?
Master of the Universe. I got you.
Right. Yeah. Master of the Universe was saying how all the projects at Lucasfilm were basically put on hold. Like they're reassessing.
Right.
And if I would have watched that 3 days ago, I would have said this guy's freaking absolutely out of his mind. He looks like a Power Ranger villain. Yeah. And he's telling us that come on, you're out of your mind, dude. Well, I don't know anymore. I don't know anymore. I'll be real with you. I don't know if Doomcock is wrong anymore. After yesterday, when we got nothing, radio silence, 0, nada, nothing. I don't know if he's wrong or not, because actually, him saying that all the stuff is on hold and then not getting anything yesterday kind of almost gives a little legitimacy to what Doomcock is saying. And again, I can't believe I'm fucking saying that, but it does.
Listen, and look, there is, like you said, there's evidence to suggest that those rumors, maybe not true, but maybe, are a little bit more credible than initially understood, right?
Right.
Listen, the story around the trades is that Disney knows that they screwed up with Star Wars, that there were lack of leadership and a lack of some other things that, there were some missteps along the way. Yeah. And I think some of these things that we're seeing is a reflection of that, but also too, when it comes to Kathleen Kennedy, I mean, the whole reason why Chapek wanted to, kind of re-envision some of these contracts, these long-term contracts for creatives, stem from the fact that, from what I've heard, stem from the fact of a Kathleen Kennedy type where clearly there were some issues with the products that they were producing from that studio, and there's just no way of getting around her contract, of sidelining her and shifting in a new direction when you have contractual obligations like they do. And from what I understand, Chapek is not a fan of that, because every other division head, every other tendril throughout the company, it's very profit oriented. It's very results oriented. Right. And which
is Chapek's thing.
Oh yeah. I mean, he's a numbers guy. I mean, and to be fair, his job was predicated on numbers and returning revenues and results for not only investors but for the board and so forth, right? Or otherwise he gets shit canned. Okay, right. I'm just gonna say it.
I know, yeah.
And so it's like, why am I under this directive of this kind of results oriented kind of philosophy when other places throughout the company aren't? And I've said this before, right? When you have somebody like a Kevin Feige and a Marvel coming from the consumer products end of the business, you have to turn those concepts and those products that they produce into tangible product that can be purchased in the consumer products division, right? You have to sell the toys in the stores. Right. And when you create crap, that's eating into their success. Right. Over at the consumer products division, and it affects other tendrils throughout the company, other divisions and so forth, right? And so it's like, why are we not going to have this kind of same results-oriented mindset throughout, company-wide, and not just reserved to some divisions that can be thrown under the rug for some other people's bad behavior, right? And this all stems back to the Kathleen Kennedy issue. It's like, hey, look, you make bad decisions. It affects other, facets of the company. Obviously, it had a huge impact at the parks, right?
Right.
Because you invest $1 billion and it's like, where's the returns? Again, these things have ramifications. These things have consequences. Why are we, why aren't some of these consequences felt at the head level?